Welcome back to all my fur-bearing creatures of the night. It's another fur-tastic edition of the Lewd Lycanthrope, and I'm your host, Chuck Dewclaw. And tonight, we're going to sink our teeth into the top 5 manliest sports. Now, while mixed martial arts, with its modern-day gladiators of both sexes, would typically claw in at the top spot, we're going to exclude it from tonight's showcase and allow other sports that epitomize the ultimate in manliness to show through. And while some of these sports can have women participants, they're renowned for being at the top of the manly scale. So buckle up, buttercups, because tonight we're going to unleash the beast within. Let's get started on this awesome list, shall we? Well, alrighty, folks, starting us off at number 5, we've got sumo wrestlers. That's right, these big fellas are like us werewolves. Big, powerful, not afraid to throw their weight around. And look, if I had a nickel for every time someone compared me to a sumo wrestler, well, I'd have a metric fuck ton of nickels. And I bet the full moon isn't the only thing that makes these guys howl. Sumo wrestlers have a rich history dating back to ancient Japan. These wrestlers, or rikishi as they're known, follow a strict regimen to build their massive physiques. It's not just about size, though. It's also about technique and strategy. I can just imagine myself in the ring, using my werewolf agility to outmaneuver even the biggest of the opponents. Anyway, the rituals involved in sumo wrestling are fascinating as well. From the ceremony of salt throwing to the elaborate hairstyles, and let's definitely not talk about the man diapers, there's so much tradition and culture in the sport. It's kind of like watching a dance that ends with someone being thrown out of the ring and potentially being extremely pissed off. Dropping in at number 4 like a barbell too heavy to hold, we've got competitive weightlifting. That's right, folks, these athletes can hoist massive amounts of weight. It's almost like they were lifting boulders out in the forest or something. Let's be honest, they lift more than I weigh on a full stomach after a full moon hunt. Weightlifters dedicate years to perfecting their form and increasing their strength. It's all about the explosive power and precision. Well, I can just picture myself out there, lifting boulders in the forest, my fur rippling with every movement. It's a sight, people. It's a sight. It takes a lot of strength and determination to compete at this level, too. These athletes are modern-day titans or atlases, pushing the limits of human strength. They inspire us to push our own limits, whether we're lifting weights or just dealing with life's challenges. It's a great reminder that with enough effort and dedication, we can achieve incredible things and lift incredible weights. Zooming into the number 3 spot, folks, we've got NASCAR. That's right, we're switching gears to the roaring world of competitive driving, where the line between man and machine blurs at over 200 miles an hour. This isn't just a race, it's a symphony of speed, where drivers harness the raw power of their beasts on wheels, elbowing their way through the pack with nerves of steel and a definite lead foot. It's the epitome of manliness, where each race is a test of courage, and every victory lap a triumphant howl. Strap into this one because in NASCAR, it's not just about crossing the finish line, it's about taming that wild beast within. Bouncing in at number 2, we've got rugby. That's right, folks, these players are just about as tough as they come. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them didn't have a little bit of liking in them as well. No pads, you say? Well, that's not a problem. These guys are like a werewolf pack charging down the field, and I sure as hell wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that charge. Rugby is a sport that requires both physical and mental toughness. The players need to be strong, fast, and highly strategic. It's all about teamwork and coordination, much like a werewolf pack hunting its prey. I can imagine myself out there too, leading the charge, tackling my opponents left and right. It'd be glorious, folks, trust me. The game is fast-paced and intense, with a non-stop action from start to finish. Every play is an opportunity for glory or disaster. It's a thrilling sport that keeps both players and fans on the edge of their seats, and always coming back for more. Well, alrighty, my blood-soaked savages. Claiming the top spot on tonight's list, it's the ferocious world of boxing. With legends like Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield delivering knockout moments, boxing's always been a heavy hitter of sorts. This sport is all about raw power, precision, and endurance. From the first jab to the final round, it's a test of willpower and skill, where every punch counts and every dodge can be the difference between victory and defeat. I was even unlucky enough recently to attend the Tyson-Paul fight in Dallas. And let me say, it was a spectacle, if anything. Kind of left me feeling more like a lone wolf than a howling fan at the end. But I digress. I'm dying to know what you think, though. What sport do you think should take the number one spot? Do you agree with me on boxing, as long as we exclude MMA? And if you don't agree with me, that's okay. Because at the end of the day, all of these sports are at the top of the manly list.
Well, all right, my flea-ridden furballs. From the belly-bumping brawls of sumo wrestling to the Herculean hefts in professional weightlifting, we've journeyed through the most ferocious manly sports this evening. Sumo wrestlers might not be howling at the moon, but they sure know how to throw down, if you know what I mean. And in the world of professional weightlifting, those barbells might as well be silver bullets for all the effort they require. And in NASCAR, well, they had us howling with excitement as we tore through the rubber-bearing tracks. I can tell you this, though, those cars might be fast, but they're no match for a werewolf on a full moon night. And let's not forget about the bone-crunching, fur-flying tackles in rugby. It kind of made this lycanthrope wince. And finally, we ended up in the boxing ring, where every punch packs the power of a werewolf's bite. And once again, I wanted to take a side note to send a massive tail-wagging thank you to one of our viewers for this fantastic idea. Your creativity keeps our content wilder than a pack of wolves on the prowl. We couldn't do it without you, and honestly, we wouldn't want to. Your ideas are the full moon to our werewolf transformations, turning the ordinary into extraordinary. So until next time, stay loud, stay lewd, stay furry, my friends. This is your favorite werewolf newscaster, Chuck Duclaw, signing off from the deep, dark woods. And hey, keep those ideas coming. And remember, every time you give a good suggestion, somewhere a werewolf wags its tail.